Hi everyone, it's Christina from Card Creations and More by C, and I'm gonna try to film my craft space for you now. I'm standing in my dining room, and I kind of took over about half of the dining room for my craft space. It's kind of funny because I do have a spare bedroom, and when I moved into this place, which is a duplex, about 4.5 years ago, I could not wait to have my own craft room. And what I found was that bedroom is rather cold. The carpeting is super thick, which made it really hard to use my chair. And I just found that I never really sat in there and did anything. So throughout the last couple of years, I kind of just accepted that I should just have my space downstairs. I tried to keep it, sorry, that's my phone. I did try to keep it confined to just like a corner or one table, but it's so hard to work that way that I'd end up making a bigger mess. And so I just kind of decided that, you know, this is where I like to hang out and this is where I like to craft. So I have it right in my dining room now. Anyway, we're gonna get started. So I'm kind of standing in the middle of my room looking off to one corner, and I'll just sort of show you what this looks like. As I move more towards my kitchen and turn, you can kind of see sort of how I have my little area set up. I do have my camera on my tripod, hoping that that makes a little bit less shakiness for you. So that's kind of how it is. It's kind of like a big corner, but it's really like half of my room, I guess. So anyways, let's start over here. Those bins, there's actually like 4 of them, are full of cards that I've made that are ready to go to new homes. This white cabinet is filled with all of my albums from when I did scrapbooking, and extra pages and things like that. Then in between here, I just have one of those white drawer units that you can get at Walmart. Eventually, I want that whole section between to be Jetmax cubes, but that'll be later on. This bag here I got for like half off at Michael's, and I'm going to use it when I go to crops, especially when I go to my friends, because it's going to hold like a lot of stuff. It's got pockets all the way around it. And then that bin down below actually has my old Sizzix Sidekick and my Big Shot, along with all of my dies, which I have not been using at all since I've gotten the Cricut, so I think I'm going to be probably donating all of that. Then this little dresser was just a very cheap dresser from Walmart that I picked up to be able to hold more things. And I have had this shelf for many years, and it's one of the nice ones that kind of folds in. So I have that set up above it with all of my Cricut cartridges on it. And let's see, inside it's stuffed full of a lot of stuff, but underneath there I have little books with quotes, my creative memories, one of my trimmers, and a little photo trimmer. And then let's see, in this drawer I have a couple of bins full of wooden stamps, a couple of cartridges I'm using for giveaways, just various things that I needed a place for. Way in the back there you can see some of the pink Creative Memories templates for cutting. Down in here I have all of my quilling stuff, and as well as stickers for scrapbooking. So I keep all of my little paper strips that I just kind of cut up so when I'm watching TV or a movie I can do some quilling. And then in here I have like all quilled shapes that I could do stuff with, and those are all of my quilling tools down in there. So I keep all that in that one drawer. I did up here, I'll show you, I have a hand cranked paper trimmer that trims the papers to the perfect width, but it does make the edges very jagged, so I don't usually use that. Down in here I've got some artwork that I've made, and like CD cases, my smaller rotary paper trimmer for when I travel, and some little bins that aren't in use right now. And then down here on the bottom I've got like tons of stuff, so that's quite full. Old paper trimmers and everything. Okay, let me stand back here now. Okay, hanging up there, so far there's only one wire shelf right there on the side of the chimney, which has a few punches in it. And what I like is I've got plenty of room to add more. That's a little bed where my dog lays when I'm out here. Then on my chimney, you can see my little sea turtle. At one point I had over 100 turtles. Then on my chimney wall I have one of my quilled artwork. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's butterflies. And then I have punches. Let's see, the first shelf, those are all Creative Memories makers. Then 2 shelves of Martha Stewart. Then we have some Fiskars and EK Success, I think. And then all Creative Memories. They're actual square and star and heart makers. There's a scallop circle punch there. Then we pretty much have all Martha Stewart, except for there's an EK Success scallop circle there as well. And as you can see, I still have 2 more shelves there. Now eventually what I might do is take that smaller shelf down and hang it on the other side and get another wider shelf. So this way I can have more punches. And then we have my Jetmax area that I started building. When I knew that I was getting, the whole thing that prompted this revamping was getting a desk from my aunt, a really nice desk. And before this I had 3 tables set up in here with everything kind of built up from it, shelves and bins, and everything was very see-through. You could see everything, and it just took up like even more space than this does. So I decided that I wanted my 12 by 12 clear drawers to sort of be in their own unit, but I didn't want them on the actual floor directly. I don't think it's as stable for them. So I started off with the 3 Jetmax cubes on the bottom, and then in the little shelves I put my paper stacks from like Die Cuts with a View, and then the little drawers hold various things like my postage scale, my Your Story, things like that. And then I have my paper drawers, which are of course plastic so you can see the colors, but eventually I might want to trade them in for actual Jetmax cubes, but right now, I mean, they're fine. I've had them for many years and they work fine. I can see all of my paper. I mostly stick to Recollections cardstock, so and then I have like some textured papers and other ones, shimmery type of papers in some of the drawers. Then I put that board up above so this way I could use that for an actual shelf, and I'll show you what that's all about in a few minutes. And then next to it you can see my Jetmax cubes, the 2 that have the 4 drawers. I'm really happy with those. It held a lot of stuff. So let me kind of show you this. This is how I keep my scrap paper. After, I think some of you that might have read on my Facebook anyway, I had a huge mountain of scrap paper to organize. I really did. So what I decided to do was I took these craft keepers and I just have them up there on like a divider thing, and I put a piece of green paper on this one, and this holds all of my Michaels green cardstock scraps. So they're all in there. And then I have blue and red, and then I have like some Christmas papers and my glitter paper. As you can see, my white one is quite full. So what I want to do eventually is have one craft keeper for each color cardstock, and then have like all of the blues in one section, but that's down the line. It's not that crucial to spend money on that at the moment, but you know, as I sell more cards or artwork or whatever, then I usually just reinvest so that I can just stay more organized and able to work easier. Up in these drawers, let's see, this one's got all sorts of stuff, Mod Podge, thumbtacks, binder clips, all of that stuff. This one's got some pictures and stuff from my trip to Texas a few years ago that I think I'm going to scrapbook. This one is like all envelopes and a couple of quilling type of things that are in there. This one's got receipts that I need to keep track of for the business purpose. Okay, this is adhesive that I use regularly, but I don't need to have it in my little spinny thing from Michaels. This is more like extra adhesive. It's got, well, these foam things that I bought for making my own dimensionals, ATG. It's got an extra zig pen, extra Xyron, so things like that, extra adhesives. This one's got all cards and some bookmark bases. They're basically cards that maybe I took different sayings from online, so I can't really sell them, so they're just ones for my own personal use. This one's got some computer ink, an extra light bulb, and then pretty much all of my plugs to my Gypsy, my Cricut, my camera charger, and that kind of thing. And then, like I said, down in these I just sort of keep, like, I've got envelopes down there, calculator, my little notebook that I made, light bulbs, baby wipes, if you can see. So just things like that. Then for $20 I got this black stand, and I keep my my lamp up there in my little poster board, and that's where I take pictures. I can also turn the lamp so that it goes down over my Cricut and kind of lightens it more. And I keep my Gypsy there on that little photo easel, and it's plugged in, and then I can grab it down and work with it, or keep it up there while I'm cutting from it. And my Cricut sits on the second shelf, well, actually the first shelf, since the rest of it's the top. And it's the perfect height when I spin around in my desk chair to just slide my mat in or hit the buttons and all that. And then the next shelf down is my printer, which the USB cable does reach to my desk where my netbook is hooked up, so when I need to print I can just connect the cable. And then down there are 4 bins full of scrap paper. One's got textured, one has patterned, I forget what else. There's like shimmery papers, textured papers, patterned papers, miscellaneous cardstock that's probably not Michael's. So those are easy for me to grab when I need to. And then we have the embellishment center. I got this for Christmas. I was so excited that I got it, plus that it came put together. So up at the top I'm sort of making use of that little shelf that's hidden away behind the front molding of it. And I have some Fiskars border punches and my paper crimper. And then I have some Martha Stewart gel, my Xyron, a couple of border punches, and then all my stickles and glitter. I love them. Then in those 2 dishes are embossing powders, and then I actually have 2 of the Fiskars circle border punches, which I like, with the little templates that go with them. Then I have my ribbon, and this is what I wanted to show. I know one thing that I couldn't stand was the ribbon unraveling, and I don't like to tape it. So what I ended up doing was I got these little pins. As you can see, they're just little pins. Here's the package. You can actually get those at Michael's for like a couple bucks, and there's hundreds of them. And I just stick it in there, and it goes right through. And then even the ones that stick out a little bit further, it still twists around, no problem. And then you don't have to worry about it ever coming undone. So as soon as I open up my ribbon, I put a pin in it, and then it goes right on to the bar. And then down below, I added on the additional ribbon center, and I left a little gap so I could put some of my EK Success punches there, and the pins that go with the ribbon. And I did this because I had followed a technique from Trish from Techniques by Trish, had showed how she keeps her ribbon like that, hanging from binder clips. I liked it, but it was kind of time consuming for me to do it that way, because it took me forever to roll the ribbon around them, and it just kind of got to be a pain. So I really wanted to just be able to keep the ribbon on the roll. But it's there. The reason I needed that one is because there isn't a shelf at the bottom, so it can just hang down. But eventually when those are empty, I'm not going to do it that way anymore, now that I have the little head pins. So then we move over to my desk. I don't know if I can get a good view of it. This is a really nice desk that I got from my aunt. She gave it to me at a really reasonable price. It's very big. I love it. So let me kind of show you. When I'm sitting at my desk, Down here was where her computer hard drive sat, and I have my Martha Stewart scoreboard and my Cuddlebug. Then there's a very tiny shelf there, just wide enough for my stapler and my tape and my crocodile. And then up on this part here, I have my little, I don't even know what this thing is called, the carousel thing from Michael's. I have a little picture of my dog in there. But it's really cute. I keep my Scrappy Moms and my pink stamper stamps right in the middle. I have like my hole punches and scissors, my acrylic blocks, things I use all the time. Just the pens I use the most frequently. My tweezers, some pop dots, you know, things like my multi-purpose tool from Creative Memories, my bone folder, my spatula, then my adhesives that I grab the most. So that's all in there. Then right behind it, I just kind of keep my ATG gun sitting there. This next shelf is usually where my camera sits. A couple of lighters because my actual candle lighter died, so I need a new one. And then there's cards that have been made. I've taken the pictures, but I need to package them. Then up here I have all little scrap papers. Well, they're not really scrap papers. They're papers that I cut that are pattern papers, and I cut them to be perfect photo mats. So they go with the cards, like it's the next size down from the A2 card size. So, and then I have my cutting pads for my Cuddlebug. Up above there, I just have like some of my favorite turtles and a couple of pictures from my trip to Texas a few years ago. Let's see, in this middle shelf, I keep one bin that I keep like extra Cricut cuts in. The next one has very mini little punches. Then there's my bling box, and then my buttons and braiding cord go there. Then we're off to this side. At this section, I guess I have some money there right now. Usually my mouse sits right there, and my little netbook, which is purple, my favorite color, sits right there. So when I need to look for a video, or you know, if I wanted to Skype with somebody or whatever, my computer's right there. Then down in the next little cubby, I have my baby wipes, a whole bunch of little punches and paper crimper, and I usually keep a bottle of water there. You can see that adorable little owl keychain I made last night on video. Then I have my really nice Fiskars rotary paper trimmer. I love it. Then as you can see, I have a nice big space to work here. So it works out quite well. And then in my top drawer right next to me is all stamping stuff. It's all of my ink pads, my extra stamps, like my Scrappy Moms and stuff I showed you I keep over there, but other stamps that I don't use as often, my larger acrylic block, my glossy accents, I keep it wedged there upside down. This is my stamp cleaner, it's really good. Embossing powder and that type of thing. And then down in here, I keep my Cuddlebug folders, well, all of my embossing folders actually. Then I have like all extra pens, mostly all Creative Memories. Underneath that there's something else. Here's my Creative Memory cutting templates, so I go ahead and use those when I need to. And then some extra odds and ends in there. This is what I keep all of my googly eyes in, and then brads and such on the back side of it. And then down in there I have some die cuts with a view mat stacks. So that's pretty much my desk. My chair I absolutely love. I got it from Staples a while ago. It's very comfortable. What else did I want to show you guys? Let's see. Here's a card that I made last night on video, that Z-fold card. This one here I made today, really pretty. And this one I made today as well, with butterflies. Oh, my sign. So up here above all this hangs my cute little sign that I based my new blog design on. It's really adorable. I love how it turned out. So, I think that's about it for my craft space. If you have any questions or anything like that, just leave me a comment or send me an email and I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks a lot. Bye.